Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for another edition of our 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. Let's begin straight away with our headlines. The announced visit of Pope Leo XIV to Cameroon has met with widespread enthusiasm among Christians. Church leaders, including archbishops and bishops from across the country, have expressed their heartfelt appreciation, praising the Pope for his unwavering commitment to faith. In a powerful initiative during the 606th National Youth Festival, the Circle of Friends of Cameroon CERAC visited Soa High School to raise awareness among students about the dangers of substance abuse. Led by Njodo Ann, the delegation engaged students, teachers, and officials in interactive discussions on making responsible choices. As Women's Day approaches, Yaoundé's tailoring workshops are embracing a fashion with decency trend, crafting elegant yet modest outfits that celebrate style while respecting cultural and moral values. Local designers highlight that this approach allows women to shine with sophistication, proving that fashion can be modern, tasteful, and respectful at the same time. These stories and more will be yours in it. Thanks once more for joining us. As you heard in one of our lead stories, the announced visit of Pope Leo XIV to Cameroon has been met with widespread enthusiasm, not only among Christians but also by members of other faiths, reflecting the deep respect and moral influence of the pontiff that he commands across the nation. Church leaders, including archbishops from across the country, have expressed their heartfelt appreciation, praising the Pope for his unwavering commitment to faith. Let's get details from Promise Akante.
Cameroon has a long, beautiful history of papal visits, with basically every recent pope visiting the land of promise. St. John Paul II and Benedict XVI are the popes who have officially visited Cameroon. St. John Paul II visited twice in 1985 and 1995, while Benedict XVI visited in March 2009. Pope Leo XIV is scheduled to visit Cameroon in April 2026, marking a fourth papal visit to the country. Pope St. John Paul II made his first pastoral visit to Cameroon from August 10 to 14, 1985, during his 27th apostolic voyage to Africa. He visited Yaoundé, Garoua, Douala, and Bamenda, focusing on strengthening faith, supporting families, and promoting interreligious dialogue. This historic trip marks a significant milestone for the Catholic Church in Cameroon. The Pope arrived in Yaoundé on August 10, 1985, where he was welcomed by President Paul Biya and highlighted Cameroon as an island of peace. He celebrated Mass in multiple locations, including priestly ordinations in Yaoundé and a Mass for families in Bamenda. During his stay, the Pope met with representatives of the Islamic community, leaders of other Christian churches, and Catholic students. The visit was focused on strengthening the local church and encouraging the evangelization process. Pope John Paul II later returned to Cameroon for a second visit in September 1995 to sign the Apostolic Exhortation Ecclesia in Africa in Yaoundé. Pope Benedict XVI, during his visit to Africa from March 17 to 23, made a stop in Cameroon. The Sovereign Pontiff spoke on coming to strengthen his brothers in Africa, the urgent need to proclaim the gospel to everyone while encouraging bishops to maintain close communion with one another and to see to the formation of candidates for the priesthood. During his stay, Pope Benedict XVI spoke on fatherhood, evoking the example of Saint Joseph who, though not the biological father of Christ, suffered persecution, exile, and poverty for the sake of his son. On Thursday, March 19, 2009, the Holy Father met with representatives of the Muslim community in Cameroon at the Apostolic Nunciature of Yaoundé. The Pope expressed his conviction that it is an urgent task of religion today to unveil the vast potential of human reason. Pope Leo XIV's scheduled pastoral visit from April 15 to 18, 2026 is therefore the fourth papal visit to Cameroon. These events often coincide with challenging national periods aiming to offer spiritual encouragement and promote peace and dialogue. Cameroon's sociopolitical climate and the cry for peace is therefore expected to occupy center stage during this first ever visit by the first ever American Pope.
His first words were the words of Christ after the resurrection, "Peace be with you." And looking at the world today with a lot of wars, conflicts all over the place, we think that his pontificate will be marked by search for peace and wishing that people can live together in harmony.
The confirmation from the Vatican and the letter from the civil cabinet of the Presidency of the Republic of Cameroon has sparked reactions from every strata of the society, especially the clergy, who count on the Pope's unique qualities for a positive impact.
A very humble man, full of wisdom, and he has the gift of listening, and it is our hope. We pray that he continues to carry the work of Peter ahead, and that his pontificate can make us truly see ourselves as one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church.
The nation, Cameroon, therefore awaits the successor of St. Peter shortly after celebrating Easter.
As Cameroon prepares to welcome Pope Leo XIV, attention turns to a pontiff widely regarded as a strong ideological voice within the Roman Catholic Church, known for his firm attachment to tradition, moral clarity, and institutional discipline. He embodies a leadership style rooted in doctrinal consistency rather than rapid reform. Let's get details in the following report. A wave of spiritual anticipation is sweeping across Cameroon as news breaks of the forthcoming visit of Pope Leo XIV. For millions of Catholics and observers alike, this is more than a ceremonial journey. It is the arrival of a leader whose personality, convictions, and ideological clarity have shaped conversations within the Roman Catholic Church and beyond. Since the beginning of his pontificate, Pope Leo XIV has been widely regarded as a principled and intellectually grounded leader. His ideological posture is rooted firmly in traditional Catholic doctrine, yet expressed with modern awareness of global realities. He is known for emphasizing moral clarity, ecclesial discipline, and fidelity to church teachings, while also calling for compassion and pastoral sensitivity. At the heart of Pope Leo XIV's leadership is a personality marked by calm authority. He projects composure even when addressing controversial issues, preferring structured dialogue over emotional rhetoric. His leadership style is disciplined, reflecting someone who values order within the church's hierarchy. Ideologically, Pope Leo XIV is often positioned within the conservation theological tradition of the church. He strongly upholds classical interpretations of doctrine on family, priesthood, and moral ethics. At the same time, he has consistently stressed the importance of unity within the diverse global church. Rather than pursuing abrupt reforms, his approach has focused on reinforcing institutional stability. He believes that continuity safeguards identity, a conviction that has both earned admiration from traditionalists and sparked debate among reform-minded Catholics. As the country awaits his arrival, one thing is certain: his visit will carry weight far beyond ceremony. It will be a meeting between a nation seeking guidance and a pontiff known for unwavering conviction and composed strength. And as you heard in one of our lead stories, the Circle of Friends of Cameroon, CERAC, has demonstrated its unwavering support to Cameroon's youth with an impactful visit to Soa High School, marking the 606th National Youth Festival. The event brought together students, teachers, and officials for inspiring talks on navigating life's challenges and overcoming discrimination. Jodo Ann led the delegation of CERAC, as Melanie Bo and Freddy Esomo tells us in the following report.
The Circle of Friends chose the institution as the focal point of its celebration of the 60th National Youth Day Festival. Led by Jodo and head of the CERAC delegation, the association transformed a routine academic day into a powerful platform for life-changing education. We have come to talk to our children who are at an age where they can start shaping their own destiny and to draw their attention again to the dangers of drug and alcohol use. We have come to tell them that they are at a stage where they can start forging their future and consider options for a responsible life. Reaching hundreds of students with vital messages on health, civic responsibility, and personal development. The event brought together students, teachers, and administrative authorities in a collective embrace of this year's Youth Day theme, Youth at the Heart of Hope for a United, Stable, and Prosperous Cameroon. The highlight of the day was the presentation of gifts to outstanding students and teachers in recognition of their dedication and excellence. This gesture, which drew applause from the entire school community, served as a tangible encouragement for hard work and perseverance. The mayor of the division praised CERAC for its socio-humanitarian engagement under the distinguished patronage of its founding president, Madame Chantal Biya. The head of the delegation also took a moment to acknowledge the invaluable support of the media and all partners who contributed to the success of the event. As the ceremony drew to a close, the students and teachers of this institution expressed profound gratitude to the Circle of Friends for choosing their institution for this meaningful outreach. I believe that the interests of my classmates and their enthusiasm during the talks have clearly shown that students of SWA are not easy prey. It is therefore an opportunity for me and my classmates to pay a sincere and vibrant tribute to this kind initiative, to give credit where credit is due. I express deep gratitude to Madame Chantal Biya, First Lady of Cameroon and the founding president of CERAC. CERAC has once again demonstrated that investing in youth is investing in the nation's future. The event left a bold mark on the students, who were reminded that through discipline, hard work, and responsible behavior, they hold the key to a prosperous Cameroon.
CONAC has put alleged speculators of the 8 March fabric on notice, arresting 2 individuals selling the fabric at inflated prices in Yaoundé from 15 to 20,000 francs CFA. The crackdown comes as a relief to desperate customers, with 59 fabrics recovered and reintegrated into official sales circuit. We have Melanimbo once more with the details.
The recent crackdown by the National Anti-Corruption Commission on fraudulent resellers of the March 8 fabric in Yaoundé sent a clear and powerful message: speculations on national symbols will not be tolerated. As the International Women's Day celebration draws near, the iconic fabric has become more than just a piece of fabric. It is a symbol of Cameroonian womanhood, unity, and national pride. Yet unscrupulous individuals sought to exploit this symbolism for personal gains, creating artificial scarcity and inflating prices to the detriment of ordinary citizens. According to reports, officials at the Kennedy Avenue market claimed stock shortages while allegedly directing desperate buyers to intermediaries selling the same fabric at exorbitant prices. 2 individuals were apprehended selling the fabric at 15,000 francs, a staggering 50% increase above the regulated prices of 10,000 francs. This blatant manipulation of the market not only violates consumer protection laws but also undermines the very spirit of the March 8 celebration, which honors the dignity and resilience of women across the nation. CONAC's swift intervention, resulting in the recovery of over 59 fabrics and their reintegration into the official sales circuit, demonstrate the effectiveness of proactive regulatory oversight. By dismantling this power market, the Commission has restored hope to countless women who feared they will be priced out of participating in the cherished national tradition. The operations also serve as a warning to would-be speculators that such predatory practices will be met with the full force of the law. As the recovered fabric finds a way into the hands of the grateful customers, one hopes this episode will mark a turning point in the protection of consumers and national symbol alike. The March 8 fabric represents more than a commemorative garment. It embodies the collective identity and aspirations of Cameroonian women. Ensuring its accessibility at fair prices is not merely an economic imperative, but a moral one. CONAC has taken a commendable first step. Sustained effort will be needed to ensure that such exploitation never finds fertile ground again.
And as you heard in one of our lead stories, as women in Cameroon prepares to celebrate the International Women's Day in their beautiful outfit, they have been called upon to go in for decent outfit in order to take part in the parade. Promise Akante takes us back on some of the designs to avoid on March 8, 2026. Let's take a listen.
Stripeless dresses, dresses above knee level, dresses exposing the back and the stomach, and any dress with just one hand will not be accepted during the march past at the May 20 Boulevard on the 8th of March. These instructions from the Ministry of Women's Empowerment and the Family are not new. The ministry has always insisted on decent dressing as women meet their stylists, designers, and tailors to make them stand out from the crowd on that day. This dress code generally concerns women who intend to take part in the parade, and most structures have been more and more intentional about choosing responsible designs. From the various tailoring workshops visited in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, it can be said that most women are conscious about making good use of the fabric and creating designs that can be worn everywhere, especially given that after the 8th of March, these dresses will still be used. Nevertheless, there are still some ladies, mostly the younger ones, who say no one can dictate to them how to configure their dresses, considering that they bought their fabric with their hard-earned money. Whatever your choice, it should take into consideration the society in which we live and the influence your choices will have on those around you.
And if you are just joining us, it is the 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. We now take you out of the country to get updates of what make news. First stop will be in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, and then the UN. These stories are compiled in the following report.
A deadly drone strike has shaken Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, intensifying tensions in the conflict-hit region. The Congolese armed forces targeted the March 23 and the AFC rebel movement near the strategic Rubaya mining site, killing its military spokesperson, William Goma, along with at least 9 other people, while the group's military commander reportedly escaped unarmed. Additional casualties are feared, though some bodies have yet to be recovered, according to Reuters. Meanwhile, the March 23 has not commented on the incident. Rubaya, which produces an estimated 15 to 30% of the world's coltan, a mineral essential for smartphones and computer technology, has been under March 23 control since the group seized large parts of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo during its rapid offensive last year. The presidential palace in Addis Ababa hosted a key meeting between Ethiopian president and his Israeli counterpart, who is on a 2-day official visit to Ethiopia. The talks focused on strengthening political and diplomatic ties amid Israel's recent recognition of Somaliland, viewed as part of its efforts to expand influence in the Horn of Africa. While speculation suggests possible pressure on Addis Ababa to follow suit after Ethiopia's 2024 port access deal with Somaliland, other partners, including Recep Tayyip Erdogan, have cautioned against the move. The UN Security Council has imposed sanctions on 4 commanders of Sudan's Rapid Support Forces accused of atrocities against civilians in Darfur that experts say bear hallmarks of genocide. The sanctions target leaders involved in the October 26, 2025 takeover of El Fasher, where mass killings, sexual violence and kidnappings occurred, leaving thousands dead or missing and only a fraction of the city's residents able to flee. The designated commanders now face travel bans and asset freezes, marking a significant step by the UN to hold RSF leaders accountable for widespread human rights abuses.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our 6 p.m. news over Famibesca Television. It was a pleasure staying with you. Do enjoy the rest of the evening in the company of interesting programs over the Capitan channel. Meanwhile, I will be your second